got the fire. No, it's getting higher. I got the fire. 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 No, it's getting higher.
Hey, hey. Hey, hey. Hey, hey. Hey. So, what you guys were just listening to, hey Taylor, that was our theme song to Let's Talk Truth, the podcast, FIYA by Hazeheffner and Paula Love. And I am currently recording the first episode, which unfortunately is just me. Just me, no guest. But we will have a guest on our next episode. So my name is Dennise Brown, and I am the host, producer, editor, everything. Marketing, advertisement. I am the everything of Let's Talk Truth, the podcast. This is a project that I've been wanting to start for such a long time. I'm just so scatterbrained and I have a short attention span, and I couldn't decide what I wanted to do a podcast about. And Let's Talk Truth has been my Instagram name for the past bazillion years. I've been scared to change it because I like the name so much, and I decided that it was a very nice, don't mind. So I'm recording my podcast from home, and I live with my nephew. So you get noise in the background. That's just life currently. I could have waited until situations was better to start recording the podcast. But if 2020 has taught me anything, it's don't wait. Just do it. So we're doing it. And we're Let's Talk Truth, the podcast, where we will be discussing the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. No topic is off the table. This is an open space where people from various different walks of life and backgrounds can come and discuss whatever is on their heart, whatever is important to them. We'll have a lot of people come in, like our first guest, Miss Liv Simone, and just give insight to their life and their experiences. And I have some pretty awesome guests lined up for this year. So this isn't people just talking about going to the grocery store. We're talking about performing artists, professional stylists, producers, people that have been in the music industry, people that are just starting, people that have been in the music industry for over 20 years. I have a pretty good lineup for you guys. I'm pretty proud of myself. Tap, tap on the back. My guest list for 2021 got filled so quick that I couldn't even get to everyone that I want to ask. There's so many more amazing people that I wanted to be able to bring on this show, but the calendar got so quick. I got so many yeses so quickly that here we are. So this is the first episode, and this is just an introduction of me, Dennise Brown, your host. Again, as the year go on, you'll constantly be hearing me speak with a number of special guests, a number of really amazing featured guests, and just discussing things that are near and dear to them, things that are current, things from the past. You never know. It's Let's Talk Truth podcast. You never know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen. So it's going to be really fun. I like to be spontaneous. I can't focus on the same thing for too long. So I'm letting all of my special guests and featured guests pick the topic that they want to discuss. So just like you guys, can you give me like 20 more minutes?
Oh, I'm just gonna sit here.
Oh yeah, you can sit here. I thought you were gonna play a game. Oh, that was my nephew. I'm in his room. So a lot of my special guests and featured guests, they'll be picking the topic. So I'm really interested to see how many of them bless you guys by talking about their amazing lives and experiences and what they've done, or how many of them are just going to come on and completely left field us with Lord knows what. It's going to be really fun. But again, this is the first episode of 2021, and we're going to talk and get to know the host a little bit, which is me. Ha. So, my name is Dennise Brown. If you on Facebook, then you'll find me as Dennise Ruth Ann Brown. Yes, Ruth Ann. I am 27, about to be 28 this January 17th. I am born and raised in Newark, New Jersey. I am one of 6 children. My parents have been married my entire life, and I am a dancer and actress, but most of, as you'll hear, most of my background is more so in dancing. So Dennise, she grew up in Newark, New Jersey, had a lot of siblings, a very crazy family like most of us have. Although I'm pretty sure my family is not like most of you guys. We'll get to that at a later time. I'll have them on for episodes as well. I started dancing very young. I was fortunate enough to go to a performing arts middle school, Whitney Houston Academy, where I was a dance major. And then I was fortunate enough to go to a performing arts high school, the first performing arts high school in the country, Arts High School in Newark, New Jersey, where I was able to study as a dance major there under the tutelage of Ronnie D. Carney and Kim Richardson. Kim Richardson, who started the dance department at Arts High School. In middle school, I studied under Crystal Newby Reynolds. I studied under her from middle school throughout high school, and even have done professional work with her as well. After high school, I attended Howard University, HU. Got there completely by chance. Slight sidebar, I didn't know what I wanted to do in high school as far as college goes. I knew that I had to go to college. I wanted to go to college. And I was applying to everywhere for everything, mathematics, education. I didn't know. I just needed to leave. I just needed to get out of Jersey, be on my own. And 2 of my very close best friends was going to Howard or was interested in Howard. One received a full ride, and the other, Howard was her first choice. So they told me to apply to Howard. I did. I got in. I found out they had a dance department. I was like, okay, this is perfect. Boom, I'm at Howard University. I spent 5 years at Howard University. I spent my first year as a dance major. It didn't work out like I thought it would. And then I switched over to the musical theater department, where I was finally able to spend more time acting. And during that time at Howard, which is saved for a completely different episode, I danced in productions. I was working at a burlesque lounge in DC in college. Yes, burlesque. No, I didn't have to show my boobies. I did wear pasties, but I didn't have to show anything else. But it was a really amazing, nice place. It's called Sax Lounge in DC. And as far as dancing goes, outside of campus, that was most of my work in DC. I lived off campus for a while, so being able to dance and work, I didn't really have time to, go out and be a part of productions and all this audition for stuff in DC. After college, I moved back home to New Jersey, where I immediately started dancing and working professionally. I've spent some time as a professional cheerleader, cheering for the New York Lizards lacrosse team. I've had the privilege post-graduation to perform at the world-renowned Apollo Theater, and I've also worked on staff and have performed at the historical Newark Symphony Hall Theater. It was amazing to get a chance to work there, especially considering the fact that my dance training started in that building at Garden State Ballet. So fast forward, yeah, I worked a little bit as a bartender. You know, that's what you do when you're an artist. You serve, you bartend. And then I got to a point where I was like, boom, if it's not dance related, it's not acting related, I don't want to do it. I was privileged enough to have grants and programs to work with the city of Newark and some of their after school programs. I worked within the Newark public schools. I've worked at private dance schools, you name it, dance teacher. I've done it. Boys and Girls Club. Doing that while simultaneously, you know, trying to pursue my professional career as a dancer. Done a lot of videos with artists in the last couple of years. So, you know, I'm not working as much as I would like, but definitely always working. And now, boom, coronavirus hits. Yes. So I'm a woman with a lot of time on her hands because she doesn't sleep. So in addition to my working as a dance teacher, once I quit all my serving jobs, I had only dance jobs, and I started doing ride sharing, food delivery, Uber Eats, DoorDash, driving for Lyft, doing that throughout the coronavirus pandemic, still teaching throughout the coronavirus pandemic. And I've been wanting to do my podcast for so long. And due to very unfortunate situations, I've had the time to really invest in it. And here we are. So that's pretty much my spiel, as quickly as I can possibly do it, because I can go on and on about so many things. But this episode was to, of course, give you a quick glimpse, very fast glimpse of who I am, and to just give you an idea of what's in store for Let's Talk Truth, the podcast this year. Again, this is a platform where people from all different walks of life can come on and share their truth. I just wanted to be able to create an open space where the truth is welcomed, and I'm the type of person who knows very well and accept that the truth isn't always pretty. So this isn't a platform where things are always going to be, you know, happy and fun, or might not always be PG rated or to anyone's standards. And that's fine, because although a large part of me doing this is to be able to share these amazing stories and these amazing people and reach so many amazing people and inspire them to, you know, do whatever is on their heart, follow their passions, follow their dreams. It's a lot for me too. Like I said, this is a project that I've been wanting to do for a while, and we're getting started, and we're going to get started slow, but it's fine, because once you see these special guests, it's going to be amazing. And because you're tuning in to the first episode, I will give you a sneak peek of some of our special guests that we have coming up, starting with our special guest lineup for January 2021. I will have on Let's Talk Truth podcast singer, dancer, and actress, scratch that, professional singer, dancer, and actress Liv Simone, who is a Howard University alumni. She has worked with the Disney company with the traveling tour of Aladdin. Yes, Aladdin. And she's going to be on in January in our next episode, talking about her experiences as a performer. She's worked with so many amazing artists, so many amazing directors, producers, and I think, you know, you guys are going to listen to her story, and there's definitely going to be so many things that you'll be able to pull from it. That's my best friend, so whenever we connect, it's always a good time, always good energy. So check it out. Following her will be my other best friend, hairstylist, makeup artist, dancer, Chrissy. Goes by Chrissy Slay, and she is based out in Atlanta. Like I said, she's an amazing hairstylist, amazing makeup artist. She's been down there for a few years, and she has been kicking up. So I'm definitely, that's my nephew again. So I'm definitely looking forward to listening and hearing what she's going to talk about on her episode. Again, it's Let's Talk Truth, the podcast, so we never know. So you'll just have to stay tuned in order to find out. And we're going to end off this month and each month with a featured guest. Our featured guest for this month, I'm super excited, my big brother, another Howard University alumni, Jeffrey Glenn, okay? This guy is the deal. When I met Jeffrey, he was already amazing. And since his Howard days, he has just continued to be amazing. I met him as a musical theater major. He was an amazing dancer, flexibility, ridiculous. And post-graduation, he has been working as a makeup artist, and now he is a celebrity makeup artist based in both Miami and LA, okay? That's Miami and LA. So that means he got money, he got money for flights. He's booking them. So I can't wait to find out what he's going to talk about and just get information on what he's been up to. We're definitely going to talk about, his journey a little bit, but the main topic will be whatever he decides. So we'll just see, and you want to stay tuned for that. Like I said, in this year lineup, we have music artists, some that are just starting that you definitely want to be on the lookout, some that are legends in the hip-hop game. We have celebrity stylists, we have owners of companies, Black women who have started their own businesses that are doing amazing. We have producers, we have theater directors, a little bit of everything. Those are just our special guests. And honestly, those are our featured guests. And honestly, a lot of our special guests can very well be featured guests because they're all really amazing. You definitely want to stay tuned and see what's going to be in store for all of us this year. I'm excited too, because like I said, I don't know. And then I'll have random episodes that are just me, where we'll be discussing various different topics. Like I said, it's Let's Talk Truth, so you never know what I'm in the mood for. You can always head to Let's Talk Truth, the podcast, on Instagram. Pretty soon we'll be on all social media handles. I'm currently in the process of transitioning my other pages to my podcast page. Once the podcast airs this January 2021, well, now because you're listening, it's available on all streaming platforms, Spotify, YouTube, Tidal, Apple Music. It'll be everywhere. So be sure to support. Our Instagram page is up and running. Let's Talk Truth, the podcast. You can go on there to get a extra glimpse of our amazing special guests and future guests that we have coming up. And just to stay in tune for what's coming up this year, we'll have amazing people working in connection with the podcast, our supporters from amazing artists, amazing business. So just be in store, okay? This is going to be very fun. Real fun. So thanks for listening to Let's Talk Truth, the podcast. Again, I am your host, Dennise Brown. This is our first introduction episode, just giving you guys a little glimpse and sense of who I am. I am the host, the producer, the editor, everything right now. And I'm excited for you guys to come along on this journey as I start my podcast and it flourishes to Lord knows where. And hopefully I'm not doing everything on my own, but we'll get there. Mark my words. Just stay tuned. If you're interested in still being a part of the podcast in 2021, I do have Instagram live segments. So hit me up. DM me if you have topics that you think that I should discuss on my episodes that are just me. And like I said, if you want to come and be a part of the podcast Although our special guest and our featured guest list is booked for 2021, you still have the opportunity to join in on one of our mini live segments and speak your truth, because this is Let's Talk Truth, the podcast, where we will be discussing the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Be sure to like and subscribe everywhere. YouTube, follow our Instagram page, find us on Facebook. Our podcast is brought to you by The Artist Approach, which is also my company, and you'll be able to find this everywhere. Spotify, Apple Music, you name it. We're everywhere. So stay tuned. Adios, you guys. That's a wrap. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe on all streaming platforms and social media platforms. This is Let's Talk Truth, the podcast.